There was a time when dropping a Nokia was more dangerous for the floor than the phone. What really broke it? You will see it at the end of this video. So, how did the world's biggest phone company completely disappear? Before smartphones existed, Nokia ruled the world. Nearly half of all mobile phones sold belonged to Nokia. Their phones were affordable. Their batteries lasted for days.
What the hell?
One single charge, and you could literally forget where your charger even was. And the legendary Nokia 3310 became famous for being almost impossible to break. Back then, almost everyone would just play Snake Game with the Nokia. It became so popular that students would play Snake games during class until the teacher caught them staring. And sometimes, while trying to hide the phone, the student would just end up throwing it. Yay! And then there was the legendary Nokia ringtone. Whenever one Nokia rang, many people immediately checked their own phones. Even during heavy rain, the Nokia just kept working. To most people, Nokia looked unbeatable. But then came the Apple. No, not that Apple. This Apple. In 2007, Apple introduced the very first iPhone and quietly changed the future forever. It had a large multi-touch display that you controlled with just your fingers. It combined your phone, your music player, your internet browser, your camera, and your videos all into one sleek device. With Mobile Safari, people could browse Google right from their pockets, and built-in sensors made the phone feel smarter than anything before it. The first iPhone introduced was one of the biggest game changers in technology. Before this, most people were using phones with physical keypads. Now, with just your fingers, you could control everything. People felt their powers in their own fingertips. It may not sound impressive today, but back in 2007, people could not believe it. Many people today grew up with touch screens. So many people won't know how futuristic it was back then. And many young people now were handed phones from where they were literally babies. Apple wasn't just making another phone, it was changing what a phone could be. Then came Android. Android's very first phone, the HTC, arrived with many features that felt incredibly advanced for its time. It was priced at around $179 with a carrier contract and was affordable for many people in contrast to the iPhones, which costed $499 to $599. For many people, the choice was obvious. With this, you could switch between apps and play many things at once. Even sending huge worded stories became easy to send as it has a copy-paste system. Notifications were added which kept them updated without interrupting what they were doing. Instead of keeping its software for itself, Google allowed companies like Samsung, Motorola, HTC, Sony, and many others to build smartphones using Android. Almost overnight, powerful smartphones began appearing everywhere, giving people more choices than ever before. But Nokia stayed with its old operating system, Symbian, while Android and iPhones became smoother, faster, and filled with new apps every year. Nokia struggled to keep up. The company that once led the mobile world was slowly falling behind. Then came Nokia's biggest gamble. Instead of switching to Android, like everyone expected, they partnered with Microsoft and chose Windows Phone. It looked like the perfect comeback. But there was one huge problem. Windows Phone had very few apps, while Android and the iPhone already had thousands, and people wanted the apps they used every single day. So, they simply bought other phones instead. Sales kept falling. Stores slowly stopped displaying Nokia phones. And in 2013, Microsoft bought Nokia's phone business, ending the reign of one of the greatest mobile companies in history. So, what finally broke Nokia? Not a hammer, not a hydraulic press, not even a nuclear bomb. It was innovation. Nokia didn't disappear because they made bad phones. They disappeared because the world changed swiftly, and they changed too slowly. The phone that once survived everything couldn't survive the future.